YouTube? Dawson Writer here. Welcome to my review for Kikai Sentai Zenakaiger episode, was it 25 or 26? The description and the title will get it right, I can't remember. This week's episode was pretty solid. It was kind of like, not a filler episode, but it was kind of like a setup episode with a little bit of filler mixed in there. So you had two things going on. So the monster of the week turns everyone into bulls, and it's like, moo, moo. See if anyone gets that reference. But he turns everyone into bulls, and he'll like pick a color, like red or blue or pink or whatever, and then the people or the Roimudes or whatever they get turned into bulls have to attack that color. And that's like the monster's plot of the week. And mixed up with that, they go to call the Zenkaiger gear and it doesn't come, and they blame Gown for it because he like yelled at him when he got in his way during cooking, and he thinks it ran away. But that's not the case, because later when Juran's talking to Flint, she's like, no, I wouldn't have done that. It's probably just dumb and got stuck somewhere. But it kind of ties into Gown feeling bad about possibly messing it up, and how he treats his team and his views on humans versus human gears and all that stuff. So I like that it was wrapped in a little bit of a character beat, and it was kind of more so about the team and him making it up to the team and wanting to apologize and realizing how well they treat him despite the way he acts in regards to all that. And there's a nice moment there at the sort of end of it when they're fighting the bull monster, and the bull monster gets control of Juran and the others, and he basically becomes a decoy for all of the zombified people to attack, while Zenkaiger and Tukaiser destroy the monster. So that's like the main monster of the week stuff going on. And, you know, they get in the robots and fight, and there's kind of this cool, you know, again, unique set piece for it, and they transform into the sort of drill formation for Zenkaiger, which is very reminiscent of the Goju drill, I think it was called, the Silver, Gokai Silver Zord, the Super Mega Force Silver Zord drill formation. So I don't know, again, I don't know if that's intentional, but it very much reminds me of that. But they go into that to defeat the monster. Now, the other stuff going on is stuff with Stacy, which we sort of set up last week. And that's almost more the B-plot, in a way, because you had the professor guy setting up Stacy with the 2.0 for his mecha, and he needs to go out and defeat Zenkaiger, but he's obviously conflicted because of the stuff he's been going through, and he sort of watches him on the battlefield and is like, I'm gonna destroy you, and the professor's like, why hasn't he done anything yet? And he goes to visit the grandma one last time, and she sort of explains Zenkaiger's family to him, and he says this is probably going to be my last visit, you know, because he's going to go attack Zenkaiger after this. A nice moment between the two of them, and she gives him this little thing that says, you're always welcome back. And it just kind of tries to pull on your heartstrings about the fact that he's about to make this decision to fight Kaito before he does this. And so there's a little bit of that contemplating. And then he shows up at the very end with his mecha, and we fight. And that's going to be next episode. And it feels, I have mixed thoughts on this. I think this stuff is well done in terms of, I do like a little bit of that conflict and sort of showing him contemplating what to do next and weighing his decision and going to visit the grandma at the restaurant. Again, very reminiscent for me of All-In from Ghost. But I like that stuff. It's good. I think it's well done. It's good character beats. But I still have such mixed thoughts on the way they handle Stacy. I would say I have more mixed thoughts on the way they handle Stacy rather than Stacy himself, because again, I said from the beginning I kind of wish we didn't have a redemption just because that's so overdone, but I knew it was going to happen. And I keep wanting to say it's happening too early, but then again, we're about halfway through the series, give or take. But I think it makes it feel early because of how little we've used Stacy. I mean, he showed up as just a full-blown antagonist for, what, the first couple episodes? And then we immediately started having character conflict, and then he appears so sporadically. It makes me feel like they're jumping into this too soon. And I wish we would have had a little bit more time to sit with him as just a villain, instead of making it seem like he was being redeemed when he put his foot right out the door. I kind of wish they had played that a little bit better, because we certainly have time. It doesn't help that he was mixed up with Tukaiser's arc, but we certainly have time, because Zenkaiger's not bad, but Zenkaiger, I always do that, it's not bad, but also a whole lot of nothing happens all the time. Like, you could easily delete half the stuff they do, it's meaningless, and put some good Stacy stuff in there. So I'm a little bit bothered by that. It also bothers me a little bit how much this setup felt similar to the last time we had a Stacy arc, where we kind of see the build-up to his attack through an episode, and then he's the cliffhanger, and then they're like, we're gonna resolve it next episode, and they probably will. It just felt like a sense of deja vu. Again, it's not bad, I just have very mixed feelings on the way they handled Stacy. That's something I'll definitely probably be talking about throughout the next few episode reviews as well as the series review, just because I think that's one of my sticking points. But I thought this was a solid episode. I would give it a 3. You know, I thought that the Monster of the Week stuff had a nice tie into Carrot Beats with Gown. I almost said Carrot Beats. Character Beats with Gown. And I did like this AC stuff. Like, I thought it was well done. I just have mixed thoughts on how it's handled. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.